Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah.
Look at those shadows creeping in.
The
How are you
AI
planning to tackle that massive beast ahead?
has
How are they
managed to
triggering the
sneak itself
plumbing?
back online. I really hate that AI. Stupid. Stupid AI. Stupid AI. Starting soon, guys. Don't worry. Hold up. Just getting a little prep here. Alrighty. Alrighty. This is going to be interesting. I got a new camera, and I wrote on the stream that I'm starting a new kind of trying to wrap up some projects. You can see right here one of the projects that I've been working on, and I mentioned this in the past, is I've been working towards making a portable streaming backpack, and a part of that is setting up MTCP. So I'm kind of starting on an app to do MTCP, and that's kind of new to me. And a part of it's just setting up a Ubuntu box on DigitalOcean. So I started doing that the other day. And you may be wondering, hey, what's up? Why does things look a little different right now? I got a new camera for that. I got an Action 5. It's kind of like a competitor to a GoPro. And I plugged that in because I've been using just this really cheap old Logitech camera to show me. I'm like, well, if this fits on my mount, and I had to just screw it in, so I had the same mount. So I was just like, let me just put this on while I'm working on things. So I'll probably start using this more. And I think it's helpful because I do see that there's what's neat about this Action 5 is there's a camera, not camera, but a monitor that kind of faces my way, right? So I can actually, usually I turn over here to see if it's working, but now I could see like right in front of me that's working. So hopefully I'll actually make more eye contact with the camera now, because I won't be like peeking over and be like, is this working? Is this working? Now, what would be really nice if I get my chat like right here next to the camera. That'd be great. I have to work on that. But yeah, so we made some progress with that. We had a little bit of we had a little bit of a hiccup. And let me actually go grab the hiccup. I'm gonna go walk and talk here for a moment. Let me just grab what broke here. Right. So I got a Starlink. Right? So here's a Starlink. I got a nice cover for it. I got an attachment for it. I put it on I attached it to the backpack, and the bar that was supposed to hold it together just broke. It just snapped right off. And this is like what they sold me, the company that made the backpack. So I have to see if it's under warranty, but I was kind of disappointed with that actually, because the goal was that it'd be like a solid mount for the Starlink. I could just have it like, up high and just walk around like an idiot, streaming in the wilderness. But I couldn't get that to work. It just snapped right off. So we're going back to the drawing board a little bit with that. I think what we got to do is we're going to the company that I bought it from is called Corlax, and they're coming out with a carbon fiber kind of like selfie stick that's supposed to support up to 5 pounds. I believe the Starlink's like less than 5 pounds. So hopefully that'll be a better solution. If not, I'm starting to actually look into like boom mic sticks. And I may just attach a boom mic stick because I think that'll support the weight. So it's pretty disappointing. I don't really care about it being collapsible. I'm more concerned about it being sturdy. So that's where we are with that. I don't know if I like this camera. The other camera is more close up and more zoomed in on me, and this you can see me behind my desk, and I kind of feel like the World of Warcraft guy, So I'm a little like feeling a little apprehensive and anxious about that. Well, it is what it is, right? So, having said that, that was that project. That's what I was last working on. That's why it's open. I'm just explaining what I had open. But I'm gonna have to put that aside because I'm waiting for components to come to continue that project. So I'm waiting on two new selfie sticks, one for the camera, which is what I'm using right now so you can see me, and then one for the Starlink. And then I should be good to go to actually get like an actual test run. I took the backpack out. I went on a 4 mile hike this weekend. And I am very out of shape, but that was like half the reason I wanted to do this is just give myself excuses to go back outside. So we'll see what we're going to do. I think what we're going to try and do is do like some remote. I don't know how feasible it is to actually walk around and use the Starlink. So we'll see how that goes. I think you have to hold still. So we'll see. We will see. If that's the case, it may be something where we'll live stream like at certain locations, but we won't be taking it all the way on the hikes. I'm not quite sure how well that's going to work, but I'm going to give it a go. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to be working on that. And I think I can get it to pretty much work the way I want. So that's this project. I'm calling it MERP for now. MERDI MPTCP is what it kind of stands for, MERP. So we'll see how that goes, but we're kind of back holding that. The other thing I was working on is, and I got the prototype here, is I did get, this is actually called a Stream Deck module. It's kind of neat. I can actually show off more of my desk now. So I have my Stream Deck right here, right? But this module is like I was going to use for my portable deck. And I was 3D printing out, I don't know what I did with my 3D printed version. I 3D printed out a test container to mount to my backpack. So the backpack straps goes right here. So I was gonna mount it right here so I could just like hit a button. And plus it has like, you know, these keys will light up. So I was gonna have it be like an indicator of what's going on. So I could just be like, I'm streaming, I'm not streaming, I'm on break, things like that. So I have it on my desk because I was measuring it out, and you can see on the screen right now was the container we were working towards, and you can see like that's the mount bit bracket, and then this is the wrap to this. The thing is, you could kind of tell that like basically there's this little white thing, and that's the where the electrical components go in and out of, and the data. So I gotta like this goes to a USB, right? So I gotta make a hole for that. So I'm kind of deciding that right now. And then I don't think the dimensions are correct because I printed out, I don't know where, I have a bed, I'm kind of ADHD, so I kind of just wander off of things sometimes. Yeah, so I have somewhere, it's not in nearby at the moment, but like I measured it out to be the exact dimensions of this guy, thinking that there'd be a little bit of give and I could just like jam it in there. But it was just like a millimeter too small. So I'm printing out, we're kind of redesigning it to be a millimeter bigger. And then I'm probably gonna cut the back to have like a different kind of hole pattern because I put like little squares in the back here. What I think I'm going to do instead is cut off this red back altogether and just make a cross on the back for this mounting bracket to attach. And that'll give me a little bit more space to kind of sit this in there. It won't be as covered, you know, as I'd like, but it'd be enough to give it like at least some safety. So that's the goal. That's what this project is. I was going to continue that, but I don't know. Well, let's see where we end up. Let's see where we end up real quick. Oh, refresh. I was having some issues with Tinkercad here. So we're going to just Tinkercad. Let's see if we can finish this design. And then I have a resin printer, so I'll just go resin print this. And then, you know, put this aside. I just didn't want to like start on it and then stop it again. And this was just a push for this weekend because last minute a friend just invited me to go camping, not camping, hiking. So I was like, oh yeah, let me get my stuff done here. So that's about as far as we got with that. What did I do? So the main thing too is like this red box is a little too wide because like you could see the dimensions here. It's a little not as tall as this box is. So I gotta like remeasure that. So it's all millimeters. It's supposed to snap to grid, but the snap to grid is not quite working as well as I'd like also. So that's a little disappointing. Yeah, so roughly the inside should be 1 millimeter. So I'm probably going to do is what I want to do is take this box here, right? And we can just make this. I think it's 80 for 8 centimeters. 80. This device is 7 by 5 centimeters. So 8 by 8 centimeters. Oops, that's the wrong dimension. Let's change this to 1. Oh, I guess 10. Yeah. 10. Where's the other number that I'm trying to fix? I'm not the greatest with this, so my apologies. Is it this number? That can't be the number. It's this number. Yeah, I'll do. We'll change this to half. This is just gonna go behind. After I ungroup this. Yeah, this guy. Move this out of the way for now. And I'm just being kind of poor with this. Not doing the best job here. But I'm just kind of eyeballing it because it's basically just a box. I'm not like trying to do anything too crazy. Right there. Okay, so if I can take both of these, I could then just say combine. And that just cuts a hole right the way through there. So then this guy, we should check to see. Yeah, so it should be about 10, right? That's what I said, because that's 1 centimeter. Right now it's at 11. Let me remeasure again. I might keep it at 11. Well, you know what I want to do actually? Right? Because with the white tip, I kind of want to cover the white tip because I don't want to get that damaged. That's going to be roughly like half a centimeter, more or less. So those together is like 1.5 centimeters is what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, 1.5 centimeters. But then the device itself is about 1 centimeter. A little bit less than 1 centimeter, but you see how like there's bumpy things on the bottom here, so I want to give it a little bit of breathing room. We're going to say 1 centimeter. So we want this box to be 15, right? And then what we're going to do is it should be equal walls on all the sides. We're just going to do another box here. And this one's going to be, this is the width. Yeah, this is just going to be 4, I think. Yeah, we'll do 4. And then the width should be, the height should be 5. Oops. 5 centimeters, that's 50. And then the other number here should be 70. That should fit right in there. But then, you know what I was going to do? Because we don't want 50. We actually just want it to be 20. And then we just want to align these all to the middle. And we also want to align these all to the center. Just like that. So yeah, now it should stick into the, yeah. And then actually, then I want to just align these two guys to the back here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a gap. Did I mismeasure? I must have mismeasured. So there must be a gap on the other side. So we'll make this, yeah, that's right, because we made it a little extra wide so it fit this time. So this should technically, we could just do 20, 23. Oops, not 23. Why is this 18? This should be 20. Actually, I guess that is. Where's my number that I need then? Is this 70? That should be 72 then. There we go. Let's recenter this. I am very bad at this. I don't do this regularly. So my apologies. So that's centered, and then it's on the back. Let's also make sure that it's centered in the middle. So gray means that's where it's aligned right now. So it's here, here, here. That's what we want. Right? So that's basically the back bar. I'm a little worried. I feel like this might be too wide because like the what it is I want to make sure there's enough room for this white piece to go down, and I'm kind of trying to make it agnostic. So I'm making it like there's gonna be like a cross that goes across the bottom. So this should be like a third. So what's a third of 5? I think this is too big. I think it was 18. So I think this should be 15. Oh, that's positioning. Put this back 18. I think this shouldn't be 20. Because if it's 5 or so tall, right? Then divide that by 2. Yeah, this should be like 1 point. Actually, it should be like 18. We'll do 16. 16 feels good to me. I'll just align this all again. Just be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I think that's gonna be enough space. And then we're gonna make a crossbar as well. So we're just gonna copy paste this, and we're just gonna change the height. So then this is gonna be 52, and then, all right, no, sorry, that's the wrong numbers. So yeah, this one will be 52. And this one will be 20. Well, we'll make it bigger. We'll make it 30. Yeah. And all of these guys should be centered in the middle. And then also, why is it going up so high? And then also like that. Yeah, that's what I want. That's more or less. So we could make this even wider. We'll make it even wider. Give it some thickness here. I think we did 30. I think we could get away with 40 even. Yeah, it looks better. The more we cover the back, the better. But I just want to make sure that there's enough room for this white bit to come out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That's more than enough room. Let's make it even bigger. We'll make it 50. How's that look? That looks really good now. I think that will give us a lot of wiggle room. Should be able to just toss that in there now. Should only fit up like a little bit of space in the corners here. So that looks good. So we're gonna merge this all in now. Right? I think that's about the right. I think so. Is there a ruler on here? I want to measure from like. Oh, it's not gonna let me measure the way I want to measure. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it. I'm over it. How do I get back to editing? Okay. So we'll merge these guys in, and we should just have one nice shape now. Yeah. Well, that's weird. I wasn't expecting like the line on the top and the bottom there, or on the sides. Let's see. Do I have to? I'm gonna undo this. I feel like I need to fix the alignment again. Right? Because these should go. Let's put it. I'm gonna make it even bigger. Just make sure it goes into the other pieces here. Where's the other number? Because I don't want to see the disconnected line there. I want it to be a solid piece. Okay, so let's align this one last time, hopefully. I don't feel like that's aligning at all. Why is that not aligning? Does that feel like it's aligning to you? It doesn't feel like it's aligning to me. I guess it is. Okay, let's try. merging it all in now. So now we shouldn't see. Yeah, that's what I expected to see. No lines here, no lines here, no lines here, no lines there. It's all one solid piece now in the design. Okay, so then last but not least, we're just going to rotate this 180. Where's the rotation tool? Why can't I find a rotation tool? This guy. There we go. And then all we should have to do is just make sure these guys align. Should be mostly aligned, so center here. And then center, it's already centered there. So then all I should have to just do is take this guy, just move him forward, if it lets me. Already screwed it up. Oh well. Oh well, as long as it touches. You know what I was going to do that I kind of forgot about is we need to give it a little bit more of a stand. So we just literally need to add another block here. And then this block, let's see. This should be 10. Give it an extra centimeter here. I don't know why it only shows the arrow up. There's no arrow going left or right. So I want to push it back. And there's no arrow for that. There's only arrow to go up. I don't know why that is. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, so now we should just be able to align them all center. Why did that go so high? Yeah. So I'm going to group this again. This should turn to one big shape. It's like one big shape. And then we just push this forward. Like that, I think. And we'll make this one big shape again. First we're going to align though. Always with the aligning. That claims it's all centered. That does not look centered to me. That does not look centered to me. I guess that's right. I guess that's right. So that's our updated container for where'd it go? For this guy. And that's going to be, we're going to 3D print that out. We're going to 3D print that out. So we just dunk this on, and then it has an attachment now so that we can just put it onto our backpack and use it. Hopefully, we will see. We'll see if this works. So what I could do is, yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Merge all this together. There we go. So my Stream Deck GoPro mount. Is there a save button? Export as STL. There, and we're done. I think it auto saves, right? Because I don't see a save button. So I think that's it. That's our mount. That's fine. I could have made this line up with that, but it's fine. It's all good. Okie dokie. So we're done with that. So that's one project done. We got one project done tonight. Hooray. We're not going to mess with DigitalOcean tonight. Let's close some of these other windows. You can see the backpack stuff I was looking at. There we go. There we go, guys. Okay, so let's go to our whiteboard files here. I don't know why this is so big. I feel like something happened to my the amount of desktop dimensions, because it feels like it's taking up a lot of space. I don't know why. But anywho, so we'll get rid of this so we can see. it's going to go anywhere, but we'll move it down. I want to do another masterclass. I just haven't had. I still got a little bit of a cold, and like basically the next time I do it, I'm going to try to record it. So we keep pushing the masterclass, but that's fine. We're probably gonna mess with the APIs a little bit later this month, and we're gonna start looking at Blender. I have been rowing. I've been doing the EXR rows. I haven't been doing that on stream lately though, mostly because it hasn't fit in my schedule. So I've just been doing that like in the mornings before work. And we just did some. I'll count what we just did as art. I'm gonna count it as art, guys. So I think that's good there. Yeah. So, that leaves us with the other things, right? So we got the Hytale mod. We may start on that again tonight. Like right now, I'm debating it. Immersive LARP tools. I started doing some backend stuff. It's kind of a coin toss. I don't know if I want to do the. We can start looking into the. I guess we'll go with the LARP tools because Hytale mod. I need to do some more research. Whereas LARP tools at this point, one of the things we're working on, I already know what I need to do. So I'm going to go with what I already know I need to do, and I'll think about what we're going to do with the Hytale mod. The next steps for that is to build our own custom tools. So that's going to be a bit of work. That's going to be a bit of work, guys. So that's where we are with all of that. So let's go ahead and get rid of, I just restarted my machine, so all these things are opening. I didn't think about that. Okay. So let's clear this out. Let's go talk to our dear, sweetest friend here. We'll go Claude. Let Claude start up here. Well, let's see. I think I'm going to have Claude kind of update. I think we're working on tests for Playfollow API. So we're going to have that go in the background while we open up another terminal here. So here's our kiosk app. Let's just do npm run dev. I was really happy that we were able to just AI slap together some functionality that would have taken me a while to figure out, which is essentially we could go full screen. We have like a kiosk mode now. And then that, oh, you know what? I forgot. I didn't do that right. Sorry, Dev. My bad. My bad, my dudes. I apologize. I apologize, my friends. So what we're going to work on now is I'm going to clean up this a little bit here. A friend is making us a video, so we may make a little placeholder video spot here for when they're done with that. And then essentially we got to make this component over here, right where my picture is. I think I'm also going to move my picture back down. Let's do that real quick. Move myself back down here. If I could find myself. There we go. Woo, back down here. Back in the corner. I've sentenced myself back to the corner. Actually, no, I'm going to put myself a little higher so you guys can see when I do terminal commands. I'll be right. It'll be under here. It'll be the little itty bit of terminal commands. And then let's double check where the chat is. There's chat there. There's chat. Why is chat way over there? We'll just stick the chat right there for now. Okay, I think we're good to continue. Because mostly we'll be working on what's above me. So hopefully that'll be good. We will see. We will see. And yeah, so you can see like we were going to make a nicer component here. So let's start on that. So I'm a little apprehensive to use my fancy scanner. One, I don't know where I put it. I put it in this box. Just so you guys know, we have a bunch of scanners. I mean a bunch of scanners. So we have lots of options here. I think one of them, okay, so we do have a scanner plugged in under this pile of stuff here. So here's our scanner, right? So the goal is we're gonna log in and out. Once I remember where the heck I put my wristband, I thought it was on my desk, but it's not on my desk. Let's find the wristband. Oh, it's over here. I found it. God, I found it. Oh, look. Also found, this is the prototype of what we were just working on too. So this is the prototype container. It's a millimeter off, so that's why we had to redesign it again. So hopefully that'll work. I think the new one's gonna be dead on. I think we're good now. So yeah, so basically what we're gonna do now is when we scan, it says welcome back. So we're gonna update this, and then you see how it says next slide. We're gonna make it so that it has a timer countdown. So we're gonna update it as well. So we've got a few things we're gonna update here on the screen. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I might grab something to drink. All right, because I'm already feeling the EPs. I'm starting to feel the EPs already. We're only like a half an hour in. We're only a half an hour in, my guys. So let's get rid of. I'm looking at the wrong computer. I always do that. I don't know why I keep looking at the wrong computer. Right, so we're gonna go. There we are. T418 kiosk app. And we're gonna go code. We're gonna go code. See, then this screen, the text is super tiny. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I don't think it likes me is what it is. It just doesn't like me, guys. Let's see, mission control. This can go in here. Might as well, why not? There we go. Nice and big. So I am trying to move this over. There we go. So now we got this kind of shown. So this is Rust. We don't need this. We don't need this. Right? So let us look at our components here. So what we're trying to do is we're going to start making a bunch of little components to kind of help the build around a bit. One thing we were working on last time was the scanner status indicator. And the one thing I did want to do is I'm noticing on the text here, I did want to do no wrap. I think we just say no wrap. So if that does it, white space, no wrap. Okay. The AI has decided the value here. So what that does is that should make it so that, yeah, okay, that's what I wanted to say. I didn't want to see like where this was breaking to a new line. I just wanted to just kind of go off the screen like that, because that's just flavor. All I'm really doing is saying like, okay, this says there's a USB reader plugged in, so that's more for me and not for the users. So the next step is when we scan, we'll scan again. Oop. We're saying player, little player. So we're gonna see where it's dumping in the player name. So I think it's adding it to our menu here. So we're gonna start making like a player login component. So I believe there should be one here called menu, carousel menu. There we go. And this has the login and log out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a we're going to make a new component. I'm just thinking what's the easiest way to do this. I don't think we need DB test anymore, but I'm leaving it for now. Okay, so we're just going to write a new we're gonna just write a new component here, and we're gonna call it user status. Okay, so usually I don't like to just label it like, you can tell which ones I made and which ones the AI made, because usually I'll say like progress bar, snack bar. I'll kind of name it after like an actual item, whereas like the AI, when they build stuff, they'll just make it like ratio, DB test. Like they don't use the name, same kind of naming thought pattern that I do. So we're gonna do, we're gonna call it user user deck. Actually, let's call it user panel. Well, no, it's not a panel. It's kind of like a button, but it's not. I guess it is just user button. We'll just call it user button. Well, I'm just trying to think of what I want to call this thing. This is what happens. Most of my time is just spent trying to figure out what I want to call things. User. Let's just call it user control. User controls. I think that's good. Generate code. Should we try it? Generating code? What the hell? Let's see what it does. We'll just try this. I've never used this particular context before, so we'll see. Okay, let's see what happens with that context. Sure, we'll continue in chat view. I think it just kind of made me it kind of manipulated me to use the prompt here again. But I was kind of curious what it would do if I just did generate code. Basically, I typed in a prompt and just changed it to be this. Files contain characters login on which files? Please share the paths. Okay, so this isn't as good as the other one. Source components, carousel menu. Wow, that's being really specific. Claude Kernel would always deduce this for me. The newer version, at least, Opus, I think it is. Please open both files because lame. See, this is kind of like I could have just written some code. Okay, I'm done with this. How do I close this menu here? That was a waste of time. Okay, so anywho, we were about to go do. Yeah, so we're doing the export default function. See, it already kind of double guesses what I want, anyways. Just tab that all in. And then this is expecting it to be an element. What happened to the code I was just writing? Then just get rid of everything I just wrote. I mean, but I had it right for me. Look, we're just going to get this done real quick. So we want this to just be return. That should be our function, and then not like if. Well, I'm fat fingering everything here. I don't know why I still have a cough. It's like kind of stickiness in my chest. Okay, so it kind of figured out some stuff here, but not what I quite want. Not what I quite want. So let's just put in, let's just see what happens when we go. I just want to see what this looks like now. Because this technically will go in carousel menu. So there should be like a counter. So here's log out, log in. Is logged in. Is logged in. Timekeepers, timekeeper. So we want it right here. User controls. So let's just see what that looks like now. It should just be, yeah, I was expecting at least the word login right here. Oh, it's up here. Why is it up there? So does timekeeper have, let's copy this, I suppose. See, put it to the top left for some reason. I don't want that. See how it looks now. Okay, so now it's in the same position as this guy, which is fine. Which is fine, but we're gonna do. I may end up because my thought process is, let's make this full screen too, see how that looks. My thought process is I want this up a little higher. I don't know why this is touching that, so I gotta figure that out as well. And I kind of want to merge these two into one component. That's good for right now. Because this is doing bottom 0. What we could do is we take timekeeper, or carousel menu. I'm going to move timekeeper into user controls. Just put it at the bottom of it. Because that should be a standalone thing anyways. See how that looks. That's interesting. I don't know why it's showing up twice now. Did I leave it in there? No. Why is it in there twice? There we go. That's kind of what I was expecting to see, but then the next step is then we gotta go into Timekeeper, and we're probably gonna get rid of Absolute and Bottom Zero. Now it's in a container. That should go underneath, hopefully. Nope, they're on top of each other. So it looks like I do have a class named Timekeeper, so let's just look for that. I may have some additional properties that's screwing it up. Yeah, okay, so that's just styling. That should be fine. Excuse me, my dudes. Excuse me. So, the word login, by the way, we have a. Did I migrate that over? Because we had a SVG for that. At least we used to. I don't think I migrated that over yet. We'll play with that in a moment as well. So. Oh, I think what the next step is. So what we're trying to do right now, my friends, my dudes, is we have the login button here. AI just kind of stuck it here, so we're trying to recreate a cooler looking thing down here. That's gonna be a login. You can see right now it's covering the timer, and what it is there's like a carousel that just automatically happens, and then when you log in with your wristband, boop, like that. We want to change. You see now the button changed to log out. So we're gonna move that. Basically, we're gonna move this button to underneath here and make it look different. You can see these all look the same right now. So we're trying to build out like a more unique looking UI at the moment. And then the thing is, I wanted it to be in line with the timer. Like I want the timer to be a piece of that component. So I'm kind of like playing with it a little bit right now and just kind of like trying to build it out organically if I can. So let's play with that a little bit more here. So let's look at Timekeeper. I believe we took out all the flexible things with that. So what we want to do now is we want so here's the login. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Let's do that. That's probably what's screwing it up. This should be inside here. That's what I did wrong. I was like, what? Why is it not? Why is it on top of each other? And this login is just a placeholder until I like what I see. So okay, so now it's really wonked up. Now I really screwed it up. Why does it want to do that? So you can see now it's like up here, and you can't even see the word login up there. So I really screwed it up. Okay, so let's look at this. Absolutely min width to min height flex item center. Oh, because it's flex. Let's get rid of freaking flex then. We don't need that. Get rid of all that. And it's absolute twice. We don't need absolute twice. It's still up there. Let's get rid of all this. It is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. Wow, we're really screwing it up now. Okay. See how that looks now. Going back and forth here. Okay, yeah, getting rid of all that seems to fix it a little bit. So now it's like in the position that we want, but it's not the width that we want. Let's look at Timekeeper, the component here. So this I don't want to be so tiny. I don't know why it's so tiny. Let's put, I think what I'm going to try and do is put this into the flex. Flex. So we're flex call item set justify. So hopefully that will, no, that's weird. That's just being weird now. So let's just try something else here. Let's do 200 pixels. Okay, so that's doing what we wanted. But now it's going off screen. I don't know why it's going off screen. Let's look at our selection here. If I change that to 30, does that matter? No. If I get rid of the word absolute, does that matter? Okay, absolute does seem to matter a little bit here. Well, why am I, oh, because it changes the, that changed the height of the, no. Okay, so let's just do that. I don't know why I'm getting all weird about this then. So this should be, that should be fine. Carousel menu, user controls go there. Which component still has user controls? This one still has absolute. So that should look, yeah, that's kind of, that's more or less what we want. That amount of space being taken up. And then what we want to do is we're going to probably make like something cool like this guy, this kind of element kind of popping out. Maybe in a different color though. So what we could also do is we could also look at our other build. So this is, we're trying to also refactor, right? So I did a version of this last year in HTML. I'm not HTML, but as like a web page. So we're going to kind of, we're redoing it as an app is what we're doing here. So let's get the old one. Take a look at the old one here. The old one. And then at the top of the hour, I think I'm going to stop, get some more tea. Get some more tea. Doop doop doo doop doop doo. Doo doo ba doo. Doo ba doo ba doo. Oh ba doo ba doo. Bum ba bum ba bum. Ba da 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 da. Okay, so what do we need? Okay, so this is the old one, right? So when we log in, oops, log in. That's what it used to do, and like, see how we have this? I'm probably gonna move that over. And what I want to do is combine this with this terminate connection. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I just get this component in there. maybe I'll just get this component in there. And then this is your serial number, right? So this is this bit. I want to move to the corner of the other build, but then this bit with the timer. I like the timer's nice and big now, but I gotta. I think this is yeah. I guess we'll just move this component over and then we'll modify. I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's just do that. So it's like you can see that's kind of like what we want here, anyways. And then we'll the terminate connection button works pretty well. So then we'll have we got to figure out how we want to combine this icon with this design, and then also how we got to kind of do like a flip of like a log. So what we're probably going to do is we have two buttons here. This neoband actions button. I'm probably going to repurpose, take off the words neoband action, and we're probably going to put in like login or like scan or something that indicate like that you're not logged in yet, authorized or something. I'll put a word there. Like login seems kind of lame, so I may have to come up with a cool word. So that's what we're thinking. We're going to try and combine this with these two iconographies, and kind of go from there. I think we can make these bigger, make them pop a little bit better. So that's the goal. That is the goal. And then I want to play with this a little bit more because I don't think that's good. I don't think it's good enough. So, okay, so let's go ahead and literally just going to copy this guy over. Also, I don't think I've copied over my fonts yet. We might go ahead and do that as well. But actually, first, I think I really will just get some water real quick. Get some water. And we'll do... We'll just put this on the screen for now. So that's the old build. I'm going to go over to my water station. You guys are joining me in my coffee breaking area. Thank you for joining me over here. Yeah, so usually, I don't know, like my chest is just kind of congested. So I feel like anytime I'm talking, I'm about ready to cough. So we may get a couple, we'll get some hot water and then we'll probably get some regular water. We'll just get all the waters. See if I get my chest to be less blocked out. So this is just gonna be a quick little break here. But yeah, so kind of just like I know what I want to do, but I just need to like kind of like I'm kind of working out without a design. I'm just kind of like going off the cuff. So I'm kind of like thinking like, okay, I know I need these elements, and I kind of want to refactor this to be like a unit. Like I know that I wanted to indicate how much time the user has to use, and indicate like what the status is of their, like, are they logged in or logged out. I may also toss in, you know, maybe I will just sit down for a sec and just kind of draw out what I'm thinking. Because I think that will help. Because like the other part is we do have the possibility of there being actual photos. Where do I not have? I guess I'm out. Maybe it's down here. Oh, this is all wet. This is all wet. What a mess. I am looking for this chamomile tea. That is... Oh, this guy. Found it. Found it. Throat tea. I knew I had some. I knew I bought some. I was like, why is it not in my tea cozy here? I'll refill this real quick. Fill this really quick. Fill this really quick. Fill this really quick. Fill this really quick. All right, so hopefully this will help me with my desire to cough right now. Anytime I speak, I feel like my throat's getting super scratchy. We'll just drink all the fluids. Drinky all the fluids. And I'm sure showing my back to the camera is great, but you know how it is. You know how it is. I have to like maybe adjust the camera to be a little bit more over here, so like Maybe I could look at it this way while I do stuff, but it is what it is. This is just kind of like the backup cam, so you guys can see that I'm still around. All right, all right. So that should be good enough. Good enough, good enough. So hopefully, I'll help with my my throat here. And welcome back, my dudes. And I don't know what's going on. I feel like I have to stream like 4 hours to get anyone to watch these days. I don't know. I think what it is now that I can get ads, people stick around until the ads roll and then they disappear. So I gotta figure that one out. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It is what it is. Um, Anywho, so this was the old game. So yeah, we're going to try and combine this offline component with a login component. So since we're using React, we probably could just copy paste it in. So we're going to just take a look at that. Applications, developer. This looks weird. Components. It might be this guy. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is Dice Bear. So you're just passing the seed. Okay. So we're gonna grab this guy at least, this avatar. I'll toss that in. What's avatar view? Does that load avatar? Yeah, so avatar view is kind of where we're going to end up kind of messing with it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we'll grab avatar. You can see here, this is the counter. So this avatar view is kind of like what we're going to kind of combine. I'll play with that a little bit in a moment here. I'm actually going to copy this real quick, just as a reference here. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. It's the last time. Da, 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 da. Why is this all black? I'm a little concerned why that screen was all black. Oh, that's the I typed it wrong. There we go. One day I'll type it right. One day I'll type it right. Yeah, it's all something. I broke something here. What did I break? What did I break? Cannot find variable user ID. Where did I type that at? User controls. Did I not finish a thought? I didn't finish a thought. Okay, so let's just do. There we go. Now I should be able to find user ID. Okay, so there's our app offline. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's go full screen here, see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good right there. I gotta make this look more like a menu, like more button-esque. Um, and we'll play with this, I guess. Because I don't think people would understand that this is clickable right now. I may change this to actually be like some variant of like a hamburger menu looking thing. Like maybe a globe and then put like some three bars there or something. We might have to play with that. Okay, so we'll keep the word offline there. Instead of offline, let's change that language there. Um, so let's see. Okay, so scan your badge, login. Yeah, scan neoband. I don't like that's 2 lines. Um, scan to login. How's that look? Scan to login. Let's say account. Account required. There we go. Account controls. Maybe account controls is better. Yeah, login. Yeah, you know what? If you're not logged in, let's just say preview mode. Um, preview mode. Preview mode. Scan to continue. I'm trying to figure out some verbiage to make it feel like. How does this feel? Because before it just said offline. Maintenance. Did I spell maintenance? Is it M-I-T-E-N? There we go, maintenance. Maintenance user required. That might be good. Let's see how that looks. Maintenance user required login. I think that looks kind of neat. And then we'll put a login button there. Yeah. And then if we have like an ID, I may stick ID image there. If we end up getting that far, we could pull IDs. I don't know if we're gonna get that far. Yeah, so maintenance user required, and we'll just have the buttons there. I think that's good. Okay, so then now that we got the text there, let's grab, like I said, so I do want to put the dice bear back in because I'm going to use it elsewhere. And then, like I said, we're going to probably change the neoband. We're probably going to use these two guys, but what's going to be is that's going to be the login and log out buttons instead. And then we'll put the timer underneath that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So yeah, I guess that's the next step is we'll grab those two SVGs and dump them into the build. Let's see here, SVGs. So that should be Badge scan. Because that should be Neo and exit, I think. I don't know if it's badge scan. I think it's someone's messaging me. Un momento, my dudes. Un momento. Oh, it was not a message for me. It was not a message for me. But that's fine. That is fine. Okay, where were we? Sorry, I was getting distracted here. Alright, so we got maintenance user required. I know this is kind of boring, but you know how it goes. You gotta just kind of work your way through it. So, yeah, so we got two components we're gonna add here. Just gonna go to T418. Look at all these projects we've done, guys. Source, components, SVGs, paste. Did not? It didn't copy. That makes me a sad panda. So I think it's gonna be badge scan, and then the other one was gonna be exit, right? Where's exit? Exit. Copy. My friends hate that I do it this way. Paste. There we go. Did I just copy paste in the same folder? I just copy paste in the same folder. Dang it. Why did I do that? We want this guy. Source components. There we go. We finally I figured it out. I'm such a genius, guys. Okay, so in this div, we're just going to put in the new components we have. So that should be exit. Let's put an exit like so. Import exit from SVG's exits. Exist, no, exit. Exit. I think we need a capital E, exit. Exit. So let's see. So now we should see the SVG there. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, terminate connection. That's what we want. Let's see if we could resize that a little bit, because I think it's a little too small. Let's see if we can make that button bigger. Let's say if we can make the button bigger. Oh, it's just width 100. I think we can just do it manually then. Clan. Let's see what happens with this. Okay, looks like we can't. Might be something we'll have to add to the parent. See what that does. See what that does. Nope. Man, am I stuck with these being a certain size? Okay, that just moves it to the other side. I want this to be bigger. let's just see. I think I could just use a component. You know, let's ask the AI because it'd be easier to figure out. T418 418 kiosk app. I am in what's this one? What's this guy called? User controls TSX. In user controls TSX, I am adding exit at TSX. It is a SVG that is 100 pixels wide. How do I make it so that it scales to be larger? That's gotta go read the app here. It's gonna ask me for some permissions. Because I know a few different ways, so I'm curious what it's gonna say. Like, oh, you should just do it this way. Because I can go in and just do like a scale property, or I can go in and change the width and height of the actual SVG files itself. Or there's a component wrapper I could use that if I wrap this SVG, it'll just automatically expand. Okay, so it's literally just going to double the size of it. No. So it did it in a bad way, so I'm going to suggest some ways to it. I misspelled wrapper. There we go. Oh, but see, now it's just building out as a div. Not quite what I wanted. So you got to kind of tell it what to do. Okay, so this is the other option. And I still don't like what it did. So I'm telling it to try and use tailwind this time. See, that's all we needed to do. I was curious what that was, so we'll do it this way. So it gave me 4 different options of how to do this, and I told it no 4 different times. It's like, no, I don't think we're going to be doing that. No, I don't think we're going to be doing that. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Now we want to move it over. I was just going to do P4. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, that looks good. That's pretty much what I wanted. That's pretty much what I want. Now I just gotta make it feel like a button. I gotta make it feel like, because these don't quite feel like buttons. The problem is it's the touch screen. So you see like how it bounces when you click on it. So that's what I need to do, is make it feel like when you click on it, it bounces. So I gotta look into that. So I might just wrap it in in one of these guys. I also may just make it bright pink because the white, I don't know. I gotta like the language right now. I think I'm gonna get rid of. Um, well, let's get this going. Let's get this going real quick. So right now we have it as terminate connection. So let's add in the other button. So that's pretty much all we need to do is scale 150p4. Um, so let's look at carousel menu because right now it's tossing in. So there's handle login, such a map. Go to slide, handle log out. Navigate to the overview first. So this is handle log out. Is logged in a value that's only in this? Oh, this is using, okay, so here we are. So we're gonna get rid of timekeeper here. But you see how it's all using the state from use player session source? We need to pull this in to our user controls. So that's our next step. We're gonna put in before timekeeper. So basically we just gotta check current player. All this actually needs to move, I think. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba. If the world was ending, I want to you. What was the other? What was the name of the other thing we added? That was exit badge scan. Hopefully this is the right image. Otherwise we're gonna have to copy the other one. There we go. So now when we see it, we should see nothing. Badge scan was not the correct one. Let's double check what we got in badge scan. Yeah, this does not look right. There's a little guy. Oh, this is a lucky cat. This is a lucky cat icon. This is not. I don't know why I called it a badge scan. Move the trash. So let's go grab. Let's go grab from the app. Terminal T. What's at the top here? So badge scan was not it. It says whatever looks similar name, maybe Neoband. Oh, Neoband. Might be RFID. Can I open these? No. I don't think it's that one. I think it might be. Let's look at Neoband real quick. These all look wrong. Oh, I guess we'll try. We'll try Neoband. We'll try Neoband. Oh, let's grab both of them for now. Go ahead and remove them. So this is T kiosk app source components SVGs. Paste the 2 items there, and I'm just being lazy. Okay, so if it's not badge scan, let's try Neoband. From Neoband. And then we'll change badge scan to Neoband. And let's take a look now. Let us take a look now. Neoband actions, perfect. That's what we kind of want. Login. Terminate connection. That's what we want. Okay, so good. Also, I'm just realizing that the way I have this set up is this is all opening and closing the menu. So I gotta fix that. That's annoying. That's annoying. It is what it is, though. It's fixable, but it's annoying. So I think the next step is we click on this guy. Add on, click. Is login, logout player. Or quick fix. See what it's saying here. See what it's saying here. Yeah, it's probably better just to click handler. Oh, manual. And then user ID, let's say player name. This should fix. I think it's just passing in a text string. That does not look right to me. Let's see how carousel menu is doing login trigger. How's that getting used? Right there. Show login slide is logged in or login trigger. Oh, okay, so it's not. I think okay, so there is no. Okay, so I don't think you have to pass it in. Where's the login item? Because this says log out, log in. On click, yeah. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Handle log out, handle log in. This functionality needs to be moved. That's really what needs to happen. Also, where is go to slide? Go to slide. Where is go to slide coming from? Is that the Embla? Yeah, it must be the Embla API. Yeah, go to slide. So all this needs to be moved out. That's a bummer. I hate like duplicating code here. But it's fine for now. We'll just live with it for now. If I have to do it 3 places, that's when I'm like, okay, I need to start making like a library file or something. But 2 places is fine for now. Because at 2 places, you may end up like rewriting one of them, so then they're technically 2 different components. That's not what I wanted. Where's emblem? Use carousel store. What is this complaining about? This is getting all crazy. I'm like not done copying, like basically all the login, almost all the login information, that code that should be in this file, not the other file. But I don't want to delete it from the other file just yet until we get this working. I think we get rid of this now. I don't think we're using user ID anymore. We're using this state. What are we using state for? I think this is just the... I don't think... Okay, so I don't think we actually need set as open false. We may actually need... well, ideally it just closes itself after a timer, so I don't think we need that on this particular component. Go to slide. Go to slide. Login slide index. Where's it getting login slide index from? Operation slide index, metric slide index. Login slide index. What the heck is a login slide index? Oh, it's a constant. What the hell? I'm afraid to look that up. I think that's just gonna be like 2 or something. Yeah, I think we just want to go to the original slide. Once we move this out of the login menu, let's handle login, handle logout, and we'll click. So then we just gotta go back down here. I think this is what we should be doing. So let's handle click here. Is logged in, handle login, handle logout. Is logged in, exit, or neoban. So then what is login trigger used for? Let's look at login trigger here, login trigger. Show login slide if logged in or login trigger. So I don't think we need this. All right, let's see how that works. So that does take us to the login screen. It does open up this menu, but I'm going to fix that in a sec. Now we're logged in. It just automatically changed to terminate connection. Now we're logged out. Okay. So yeah, that worked fine. That worked fine. My dudes, that worked fine. I think this will be a short stream today. So we got that going. We got the icons, little icon swapping now. We got to add in. I think let me fix this top bit though, with the menu, because that's going to get messy if I don't fix that. So that's just going to be click state on carousel menu. So now that that works, I don't think we need. I'm just going to actually get rid of player session store here. I'm just going to get rid of it. And that should just turn everything red. And that'll indicate where we need to actually get rid of stuff. Oh, interesting. So we do need to keep. Well, that's a bummer. We do need to keep is logged in just so we know it's slide. So we have a hidden slide. So we're gonna have to keep. Okay, let's go back. I was a little too zealous there. We're gonna get rid of our log out, and I don't think we need to know the current player anymore. But we will need to know his logged in and login trigger, because these numbers need to be updated for that. But I do think we can get rid of handle login. And I don't think we need handle logout anymore. And then this guy, we don't need to show their name anymore. So that's gone. And then down at the bottom here, this whole div can go away now. This is one of the items. It goes to here. There we go. There we go. Let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we did get rid of the extra login here, because now we have it here. But also this is supposed to swap to the login slide. It's no longer doing that. It's no longer doing that. So now we say player 330. I don't know where we get 3306 from. I don't know where we got that name from. I guess we're just taking the last digits. That's interesting. This is going to need some work. Yeah, because now it's toggling. It's toggling too many things here, so we gotta clean this up a bit. Okay, so carousel menu. Does this no longer need login slide index? Guess not. Right, so we did that. Non-click is up here. I don't think we want the on-click this high up. I think we just want it on on this container, one container down. So let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. Yeah, it seems to work. And then this doesn't click anymore, which is what we want. That seems to work. And then we gotta move that over. I don't know why that got screwy. So we're getting somewhere, But let's do, I kind of want to add like the circle kind of half off of this, like kind of underneath it. Because this is Colin, right? Now anytime you click on a slide, it adds 15 seconds. So ideally, if you click on Neoband actions, it should add 15 seconds as well. I don't think it's doing that. Oh, I guess it is. I think there's a little bit of wonkiness I need to look at. But I think it's coming together. How are we doing on time? I'm getting kind of bored now. Well, let's see if we could add in well, let's see if we get the fonts in there, because it's missing the fonts. Let's see if we get the fonts in there. So that's the next server. Developer. Terminal. CD. Actually, let's do this. Open up a new window. Open up a new window. Mission control. Mission control. Look at all these things we got open. This could go here. And then we can make this nice and big for people at home to see. Bam, look at that. Nice and big. I want to be big. Okay, so now you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm already out of, well, I guess it's been almost 40 minutes. So oh, I'm tired. Do we just play some Hytale? I think we're gonna go for another 20 minutes, and I'm gonna just switch over and play some Hytale. How's that sound to you guys? Because I'm not quite feeling it. I don't know. Like last week I had, okay, so here's our font. Let's just do a search here for next font. How are we doing this? So we got Badeau and Orbitron. Oh, we have this in our layout layer. So it looks like wherever we're importing the font, we gotta like define it this way. I wonder. Let us try doing something a little different here. So components, we're going to do another folder here. We're just going to call it, actually, maybe I could put it as a constant. Do I have just a constants file? I have a library, yeah. There's library fonts here. Fonts TS, right? And what I'm thinking is, step one is we got to copy over the fonts. So let's do that. Let's copy over our fonts to the new build here. So we're gonna go to Terminal 418 carousel. Fonts. Here's the fonts I was using. Where were they? Were they in public fonts? No. Where were the fonts just now? Oh, they're just in app fonts. App fonts. So we'll put them in a similar spot in our build. Let's make a file, new Finder window, developer, T418, kiosk app, source. So this is source app. So I'm just gonna make a new folder at this level, I think. Well, I don't know if I just want it. Maybe I will put it in. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it here. Call it fonts. I should have just copied the fonts folder over then, huh? So we have a fonts folder, but then what we're going to do is we're going to go to, what I want to do is I don't want to keep defining the fonts each time. So what I would like to do is in this file, we're going to do, so I guess we also got to add next font local. So I think what I want to do is actually just load in all the fonts to this file. And then just call them that, like just call them in from there. So here's Badeau. So then we'll go to other build and we'll just do const export const Badeau from Badeau. There's Badeau. And then we'll do the other fonts as well. Export const Orbitron. Import Orbitron, next font to local. And there was one other font, but I don't think I'm actually using it. So we got Badeau, 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 Orbitron. Yeah, I guess I never used it. Okay, so we got to install next font local. So let's see how that's working here. Package JSON. I actually don't see it. Do you guys see it? Yeah, this is an old build. Did they change it? Because here's next. Oh, this is my new build, not use next. Maybe my new build doesn't use next. I didn't even think about that. Package JSON. Oh, I don't think this build uses next. Interesting. So that's not gonna work because that's not what we're doing. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna consult the AI. T418. Actually, not carousel. Next, what is it called? That's the new app. Here's an old app. Next font local. T418 kiosk app. So what I wrote is, I'd like to add in the fonts from the Terminal 418 carousel to the T418 kiosk app. The previous build used Next Font Local, but I don't think we have this in the new app. What is a good alternative method to use fonts in kiosk? Actually, no, I'm going to say, instead of saying what is the total method, can you present me, let's say, can you give me a plan for an alternative method to use? Okay, there we go. So I asked for a plan. Hopefully it doesn't just implement some weird stuff. We will see. We will see, my dudes. We will see. But yeah, I thought I'd be able to just copy paste the whole code. But now I'm like, oh, maybe there's a better way. The fonts are there. Excuse me, the fonts are there. I might have to get more hot water for my throat. But we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, my guys, my dudes, my peoples, my homies, my homies. We are getting somewhere. Doop, 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 boop, boop. What does it say? Font face is standard web way. Works all. The mechanisms file import extra dependencies like Next.js font system. Okay, you already current situation. So it knows I already have fonts in there. Okay, I think that's a good enough plan. Let's just see if it works. Okay, so now we should actually see. Yeah, look, we got fonts already. That's cool. That's what we wanted to see. Look at that, we got fonts. We have fonts. Let me look at. I kind of don't want the fonts in this folder. But I don't think we have source. Let me just ask. We'll say, can we move the fonts to the public folder and update apps? Yes. So we're gonna let the AI copy paste for us. Copy paste faster than I can copy paste for sure. Okay, so move those. So now we should still have. Okay, so it's looking nicer. Looking nicer. How's this look? Yeah, I gotta. I don't. I'm still not a. I like that it pops out, but I gotta make it. I feel this needs some work still. Does it just make a new guest each time? 39439610. Yeah, it's just gonna make a new guest user every time. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So the next step is I want to add in our dice bear module there. So we'll go ahead and do that. And like I feel like the dice bear thing shouldn't need any additional work to it. So this is the old carousel, so it should just be components, and it's the avatar. Copy. We're gonna rename it from avatar though, because it's not gonna be used for the same thing. If the world was ending. Okay, so we got. This is the old build. Where's the new build? Where's the new build? I lost the new build, guys. There's. Okay. So let's look at. So we don't need this anymore, apparently. Delete. Move to trash. Okay. So now we have. That's not where that's supposed to go. Public fonts. So now we have two fonts folders. Public fonts. This should be deleted. Delete. Move trash. Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, let's take a quick water break here. Get some more drinky drink in my tummy tum. More drinky drink in my tummy tum tum. And yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the avatar piece, the little spinner, and we're gonna add that in, and then probably make it work the same way I did last time, where it just passes in your code to generate like a color for you, and then it'll pretty much work exactly that. But I'm gonna put it like behind the button, I think, and like kind of to the side. And then I think I'm gonna try and the problem right now is I don't really have like a strong. The buttons don't feel like buttons right now, so I gotta figure that out, because I think that confuses people. There's icons for like a globe, but I think I need to make that look more like a. I think I'm gonna keep the globe, but then I'm gonna add like in the corner like a hamburger menu, so then it'll look big, but then when they click on it, stuff will happen. And then I think I may need to make it more like have a layer of depth to it. So I think I'm just gonna have to like mull on that a bit to get an idea of like what does a button look like, how should that feel, and just continue after that, and go from there. So I think that's gonna be the next steps for the build. And I don't think I want to do that tonight. I think I'm just gonna go play some Hytale for a bit, for an hour, just goof off for a bit. I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. We're just gonna play Hytale for a bit. But we did spend 2 hours on the build. We made some progress. I do want to get like to the point where we got the logins done. Because then, once we get the login set up the way I want it to set up, the next step's then going to be applying the mini game information to the user, and then we're going to try and send that user information to another system. So then, like, if they get a high score on this, they could actually get it on another machine. So, because the goal is what we're seeing on the screen right now. There's going to be two different kiosks at the event. One's going to have one set of users, one's going to have another set of users, and the idea is that they're going to try and cross pollinate. So we'll see how that all goes. I think what I need to do is just set up a bunch of little mini games. Once we get the user flow working and saving of the data, saving the user data appropriately. Once we get that working, I think we'll be in a good spot to just be like adding mini games until the event starts. But we're pretty close. This is really wet. This is really wet. Do I have a towel? I don't see a towel. Uh-oh, no towel. Uh-oh. Oh well. I might have to do some cleaning after this. So yeah, this is the next time I'm going to stream is probably going to be Thursday, and hopefully by then I'll be like I'm pretty much recovered, but it's just like I just don't have any energy today. It was a little energy day, so we're just going to chill and play Hytale in a bit. Yeah, a little memento, guys. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Ooh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. All right, so we got our fluids. Now go back, spend a couple more minutes on this, and then we'll play some Hytale. I think that's what the plan's gonna be. I think that's what the plan's gonna be. Oops, not that button. This button. Turn that off. You do not want that going. I accidentally put my live chat live. Oh, much better. Okay, so where were we? Where were we? We were going to add in dice bear. Some dice bear action. Okay, so let's just do that then. I think we're just going to toss it in there. Where is our build? That's the old build. That's the new build. We want this guy. This is carousel. That's the reader. That's the server for something. I don't know what that is. Oh, I was just running the build. I had that open. So carousel twice? Okay, whatever. Close it here. And then we're going to go npm install dice bear. We're going to install dice bear. Dice bear, guys. Dice bear. We're installing the dice bear. So yeah, I think later I'm going to 3D print the thing we just built earlier today. We'll see where we end up with this guy. So that's dice bear. So now we should be able to just do npm div, and hopefully it doesn't explode. It didn't explode. Good news. Why is this jumping? Look at that. You see it jumping? Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that, guy? Why are you doing that? Is it because it's not full screen? Ah, that's an interesting property there. Oh, it's super windy outside. You know what's happening, guys? It's gonna rain next week. It's gonna rain really hard. Actually, later this week. It should rain later this week. So we'll see how that goes. We will see. My dudes, we will see. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, so we're just gonna get the dice bear circle to show up now. Um, that's the old build. It's a new build. There's a new build. That's new build. And basically, we were building out components. We called it avatar. We're gonna rename it here. We're just gonna call this code circle, because essentially that's what it is. It's just a circle. But we're not using next. We're gonna update this now. Now that I think about it. Where is it getting that? We don't need. Well, I guess. I stopped writing JSX on this. Okay, so that should be good. Let's see. Okay, hold up. One, why is it using? Doesn't seem to know that one. Okay, so we have props, seed plus. Where are we passing in size? Okay. So all these are optional. Okay. So let's go back to. Don't need snack bar. Don't need carousel menu open anymore. User controls. So let's just toss this in. Okay, that has the on click. So let's just put it right here. Code circle. Let's just see how that looks. Let's just see how that looks, my friends. Let's just see how that looks, my friends. Let's just see. Let's just see. And by see, it doesn't want to show. Oh, it's all black. I broke something. I broke. What did I break? To data sync is not a function. Okay. It doesn't like. It don't like my code no more. It don't like my code no more. What does it want to? Quick fix. Okay, let's do. I'm gonna ask that. So one thing is like I can look up the error. I'm gonna just cheat 418 kiosk app in the code circle component. There is a line that is this due to can you look up the dice bear API and see if is still correct. So one thing AI is really good at is reading documentation. So I'm gonna say, go look at the docs, see if this is still working. Because it'll do that faster than me trying to go through the documentation. So that's one good use of AI. So like it's doing a search right now. Yeah, so look, I found an idea. The expert 9.x to data sync was removed, but this is now just to data URI, which is synchronous by default. Okay. Ooh, oh dear. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. I clinked my teacups. Okay, so yeah, I just fixed it for me. There we go. There we go. And look, there's a wow. I was not expecting it to look like that. That's pretty neat. That's not what I wanted. I was expecting it to look gray. So let's log in. Let's log in and see what happens. It's supposed to spin. Ooh. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. So it changed. It's not doing the spin. I don't think it's doing the right colors either. They go back to the right same. So the idea also is supposed to. So there's a cooldown. I forgot there's a cooldown. It's supposed to also pop up a message saying there's a cooldown. But it is not. So I gotta fix that. There we go. I just want to see if it goes back to the orange and blue. Oh, excuse me. That is the same icon, right? I think that's the same icon. So that's what I'm thinking is we'll do this, and I kind of want this to kind of go behind the button, and I want this to feel like it's one thing. So I may add some sort of like something to this to make this kind of pop out a little bit more, because this is a lot smaller than it was in the old build. The old build was pretty big, right? That's something we need to consider. So let's go back to that then. Yeah, I'm a little confused. I think we're missing classes. We don't need that. Spin. Do I have spin in this? No. Let's look at this avatar. Right, because we're class saturate 200, pass seed, and animate spin slow. I don't think it's doing this. I don't know if the classes are working. I think I'll come back to this. I think I'm done playing with this for now. We got the basic in there. We did make a lot of progress where we actually have we have the fonts in there now, and we have the shape in there, and it is kind of logging in and out. I think I'm just not in the mood to animate it right now. And you can see it's doing what we want. I just got to make this feel more like a button now to match this. You gotta be able to click on it, and it has to have like a bounce to it. I think so. I'm gonna add a bounce to it. Like this circle, I want to be bigger. I want this to be like twice as big, and take up this whole space here, and then move this slider down here a little bit more. Kind of have the same iconography. Like I don't think we're gonna have the numbers on top of it like last time. I do like the slider there. I think that's gonna be helpful. But I think we gotta make this look more be a better indicator of like, okay, when you're logged in, the slider's supposed to stop, the carousel's supposed to stop. So we gotta get that going, and we gotta make this look like this is spinning. So we gotta kind of clean that up a bit. I feel like this could be reworked quite a bit. We're gonna probably take off the word neoban actions. We're gonna probably put like authorize or something like that, or activate. Probably just the word activate, because right now it says neoban actions. We'll just say activate neoban. We'll just flip the words around, activate neoban, and then I'll figure out why this is this color, because like the other one was just gray. I want this to be gray to make it look like it's offline, and then when you're activated, it'll start spinning, and then we'll change this. We'll make this nicer, because this blue I probably want to change to like either this magenta or like another hot color. But yeah, I think that's it for now. We made some progress. I'm not going to commit it just yet. I feel like I want to kind of clean this up to be like an actual unit that's like appropriate for the build. And we're not quite there yet. We got the pieces. All the pieces are there now. We just got to make it look good and kind of make it feel cyberpunky. Because right now it just feels like it's just been dropped in, which is what we more or less did. We just kind of dropped in all the components. So yeah, like I'm going to make the circle. I think we're going to make the circle bigger and kind of like half in the background. And then we're gonna play with this this kind of like timer here to make it more cyber. Like I like the last one where we had like kind of like different dots going on. So I'll add the dots back in. We'll make it so it feels more like yes, you are logged in, because right now it doesn't feel like you're logged in or not. And I do like this button here, but we're gonna make that feel more like a button too. So we got a bit of work here. What I might end up doing is adding like a background color to this, like on the inside. So I think we may actually go back to messing with this in Illustrator to make it feel more like a button. Like I feel like it needs some sort of like glow, because like this glows kind of well. So I feel like it needs to feel like it's something that you want to interact with. Right now it doesn't quite feel like that. And like keep in mind, like there's not gonna be because this one kind of pulses. I feel like this needs to pulse too a bit, because right now it doesn't do anything, and you can see it kind of screws up our logic here. So yeah, there's a little bit more work to do. I think by the end of the week we'll have this completed though, with the login path that we want, and then we'll move forward from there. But yeah, I'm starting not to feel super great, so I'm just gonna call it for now. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go lay down, guys. But thanks for watching, though. I'm sorry it's kind of a short stream today. I'm just gonna put my health first today, and we chipped away on some stuff. That's good. We got to test our new camera. Looks like it's working pretty well, and I hope you enjoy. And I hope you come back on Thursday, where we'll continue with some of the stuff, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more energetic and more in tune with like what we'll do a better stream next time. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys around, and take care. Adios. Bye bye. Bye bye.